charcuterie, carry your meats, be safe. Think about temperatures, think about where your meat's from. You can't buy just regular commercial pork and turn it into a nice salami. If you do, you're probably going to end up an inferior product, or it's going to go bad on you. So get to know your local farmers. It's the most important thing with dealing with pigs. So you know what kind it is, how it was raised, what it was eating, what it was finished on, what breed it was, if it's an heirloom variety like a Tamworth or Berkshire. Same with lamb, same with goat, same with cows as well. So. This pig sat in the bag that it was shipped in, probably a couple hours longer than it should, so I'm just gonna towel it off so it doesn't get sticky. And then I'm gonna harvest out any of the organs that are still inside of it, which aren't many. We have a kidney, remnants of some glands. If it's not a sweetbread, not the thymus gland from in the top part of the pig, which you're probably not going to get out of a pig that's more than 6 months old, because as the animal matures, the thymus gland gets smaller and more bitter. That's why you only see veal and lamb. You won't see pig ones very often, or full-grown cattle. And it's still in here. But when this pig was suckling, it was probably twice that size, and as it got older, it got smaller. I don't use saws at the restaurant. I use a cleaver, mostly because if you've ever been to Toro, it's about the size of this table. It's not big enough for a saw. And the handheld hacksaws, I break them every time I use them. So I've just gotten really familiar with cleavers and Japanese knives. And once I get down to the Primal Center and we talk about T-bones, I'll talk to you why I don't ever serve T-bones of pork or porterhouses or anything like that. But I'll teach you how you can if you'd like to. So we're going to split this breastplate all the way down. Open them up. And take off his head. So I get in different pigs for different reasons. If I get in a really nice Berkshire or Tamworth from a local guy named T, who has a farm in South Dartmouth, Mass, next to Eva Samaripa, who anybody in New England pretty much knows who Eva is. I will cure everything on that pig because his pigs are grain and grass-fed, finished on milk and ricotta whey, and just really tasty, really good fat content, so they cure really well. So the first thing after I take off the head is I'm going to get the guanciale, the jowl. Everybody thinks the jowl is the cheek. The jowl actually comes from behind the head all the way down to the cheek. It's a bigger piece than what you would think. There it is. You can cure that, confit it, and then fry it. You can cure that, age it, and make it into an uncured smoked ham that you could either slice and eat raw, or you could put on a pizza, put in a pasta, make matriciana sauce out of it. Another thing we do at the restaurant, I did this more at Eastern Standard than I do now, is bone the head out completely. Whatever's left of his head, we'll either take off the meat by hand to make sausage, or we'll poach it to make head cheese, scrapple, or put it into our rillettes. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. So we boned out the head, ears on it. Remember, this is only half the head, the other half's over here. And then we can take the ears. My favorite thing to do with the ears lately is freeze them. And when I build up about 30 of them, I make this. Pig's ear tureen. So as you guys get some food and get to eat it, I'll talk a little bit about that as well. So again, saving the ears. Now, if you saw this in the market, you wouldn't think anything weird about it. But if you say pig's head at a restaurant, people are like you, it's going to be gross. Try to get people not to think that, because it's just meat like any other part of the animal. There's There's nothing funky about it. It doesn't taste any different. If anything, it's got more utilization, darker meat, and it's going to be more flavorful. So from here, you can cure it like guanciale, or you can take it, butterfly it, take the tongue out of the pig, poach it and peel it, take some veal sweetbread, some foie gras, roll it back up, tie it in cheesecloth, poach it for 6 hours in chicken stock at 200 degrees in an oven, really, really slow. Cool it, cut it, pan fry it, and you've got like a crispy pig's head to eat. Really, really easy. Or, if you're in a bind like I was last week, I took this meat and I made breakfast sausage for brunch. Pretty much do anything you want. Very important for the chefs, when you're breaking into primals, the thing you can remember is 4. 4 bones in. Count in 1, 2, 3, 4 rib bones. And then cut through. This is where a lot of chefs want a saw, and I don't. We're going to break this into what, if you order, cut down to the bones. Cutting through just the tips of where the bones end, because that's where the belly stops. So you can see that's the belly, that's the bacon, pancetta. This is a 60-pound pig. You see bacon like come in slabs, it's like that thick, that big. Those pigs are like 450, 500 pounds. So if you're gonna get a pig in and you think that you're gonna get bacon that you're gonna be able to use for 3 or 4 weeks at brunch or breakfast or lunch on a sandwich, you really have to commit to a really big pig. So if you're gonna practice, I'd say practice on these. Break it down like this, and then figure out what usages you want to use. You can't confit this, making crispy skin pork belly like a lot of restaurants serve. It's just not big enough. But you can make really good sausage or pâtés out of it. So the backhand prosciutto is, there's a bone, like a hip bone. You can kind of feel in here. I go 3 fingers out. Through first side, and I'll flip it. You can already kind of see. If you've ever seen a prosciutto hanging, kind of follow. The first time you do it, you can follow what you think it's going to be, and you're probably going to be right. Or if you have a saw, cut straight across here. Saw it right in half, then split your tail. But since I don't use a saw, I find it easier to split it this way first. This size is still good for making a prosciutto or a Bayonne ham out of, and it's good to practice with pigs this small first, because they'll be done in less than a year. A lot of the hams we have at Toro have been curing for 18 to 20 months, so it's a big commitment. You know, if you spend $1,200 on a pig, and you've got 2 of the heaviest parts of it hanging, losing weight 10% a month for almost 2 years, you're really committing to having a high food cost or high inventory. But this we can beat by New Year's, 3 months. So if you are going to make a ham, the first thing you should do after you break this off the animal, is take a bat or a dowel or a ladle and beat the cut side of the meat. Hit it about 20 or 30 times. Walking somewhere where the air is going to get at it, with a pan underneath. If this is a fresh pig, you can already see it's coming. The femoral artery will purge all of the blood that's left up by the bone. If you don't do that, you're risking a rancid ham. And then as far as curing your ham goes, buy a good book. Go study with somebody who knows what they're doing. I mean, I could throw out 20 different recipes right now of how I cure hams for different